You know, usually when you know that people are thinking about you and praying for you and stuff, you can kind of like feel it, and there was just nothing. Like nobody looking for me, nobody praying for me, nothing.
New at 6, a woman survived 6 days trapped near the summit of Mount Hood. Mary Owen is still recovering tonight, and she's thanking the rescuers for saving her, but she's still wondering why they didn't start searching for her sooner. And that's because Mary filled out one of those climbing registers at Timberline Lodge, but she says it got lost.
Yeah, Chris Woodard shows us why rescuers didn't start looking for her until nearly 5 days later.
Like most hikers, Mary Owen stopped here at the climber registration area at Timberline before heading out. This is an area open 24 hours a day, and it's recommended that all climbers and hikers come here to register. You can see right on the desk here, they have climber registration forms. Now, Owen says she filled one of these out, put it in the slot like she was supposed to, and thought for that reason rescue crews would be out sooner than they were. But tonight Forestry wants to make it very clear, these forms alone don't trigger a rescue effort.
We only really, look at them if somebody's called 911.
The top of the register, in bold, makes it very clear.
A search or rescue will only be initiated if 911 is called.
But while stranded on Mount Hood for 6 days, Owen had hoped the form she'd filled out would bring a quicker rescue.
The whole time I was very much at peace. Just kind of, confused sometimes about like why people weren't looking for me.
Rescuers had thought Owen's climbing registration had gotten lost.
I'm really curious as to what happened to it, actually.
But tonight tell us it had already been collected, filed with all the other forms of climbers who made it off the mountain safely. Though they tell us even if the form was still at the registration station, it wouldn't have triggered a rescue effort any sooner.
We don't monitor these forms, and that it's very important that you let your emergency contact know where you're going and when you'll be back and when to initiate a search.
Rangers want to make it clear so these forms do not give climbers a false sense of security. They're only used after someone is reported missing.
It's intended to kind of help rescuers ascertain what your intentions were and how well prepared you are.
I was really, really blessed.
The good news for Owen is it worked out. She made it off the mountain okay, but her story is just one example of why it is so important not to rely on a form like this, but to make sure someone knows where you are and when you expect to be back home. Reporting on Mount Hood, I'm Chris Woodard for KOIN 6 News.